Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hide the kids and pop the top on a cold one. Coming to you from the Riverbank studio in Nitro, West Virginia, please welcome the inebriated cast of Section 304.
Welcome to Section 304 Podcast, where we're drinking beers and talking eaters. Joined in the studio with Matt Durrett, John Crum, and I'm Jeremy Yost. And coming off a pretty nice win against TCU this weekend.
Very big win.
I agree.
Very big win. First complete game we've played in quite a long time. Quite a long time to put it together on both sides of the ball and special teams.
I agree. But once again, the damn yellow handkerchief kind of plagued us a little bit.
Nah.
And now, it wasn't called both ways.
No.
I mean, we were getting raped with the penalties, and then, I mean, TCU was allowed to kind of get into
TCU got a little chippy.
Yeah.
And they were given a little bit of leeway, and I guess Sam James said something inappropriate or untoward, but he had the quick flag. And their guy bulldogged our guy who was trying to walk away from the pile and didn't get a 15-yard penalty.
Right.
But that's one of those. I think they were frustrated because they were getting their asses kicked. They got their ass kicked all day long. That was a ass kicking.
Well, I will say that one penalty on Zach Frazier where T.J. Simmons broke that big run on the jet sweep.
The motion or false start?
Yeah, the false start. Everyone that I've talked to that watched it on TV said he never moved. I think what threw off the zebra was just that motion in general, because the play was all quick and they weren't set.
We saw something early. We were able to hit that a couple times on him.
Yeah.
We went 99 yards on our opening drive.
Yes, we did.
It's huge. It's huge. Receivers catching the ball. TJ showed up to work. That guy had a monster fucking game.
Letty Brown, not even 100%. He just goes out there and gets 156. Yeah,
Workhorse.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with him?
His groin.
Stud.
But Daggy was incredible in the first half. 9 for 11.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, he is what he is. You can't take anything. It's never been anything about beating him down. It's just that he is what he is. He's a game manager. He doesn't have the best arm in the world, but he puts it where it needs to be put. His receivers let him down a lot.
Yeah.
Really, we should have only lost one game thus far this year. You think about
the more and more Texas Tech plays shows that we should have never lost that game.
You think about the drop balls. I mean, what do we have? 13 at Oak State or something like that. Texas Tech, we're getting drops and penalties. You think about it, man. He's not a terrible quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. He's not going to turn any heads. But goddamn, he's a game manager, and his numbers are serviceable. He's good for about 2 balls a game that he throws just into the other team, but he still does fairly well for what he's doing. Well, I don't love the guy, but fuck it, man. Without him, we're probably in trouble this year.
Well, and I will say that our receivers are kind of learning. Don't expect him to hit you in stride. So they're hitting their point, and then they're turning their head. They're coming back to the ball knowing he's going to throw them short.
Yeah.
Some
underthrows.
And no real big knock on him. I mean, he is what he is. His arm strength, it is what it is.
I don't know if he underthrew Winston Wright on that first deep ball down the left side.
I thought he did.
I thought he did.
I thought Wright got knocked off his route.
Well,
I thought there was a lot of contact. Wright got knocked off the route.
T.J. Simmons' touchdown, he underthrew him.
It's still not a perfect ball to Wright, but that ball is still in the area that Wright could have,
Made a
albeit
play.
fantastic play, he could have gotten his hands on it and at least made more of a play on it than he did of just.
Simmons won 50-50 balls yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Tight end
huge.
looks good too.
Tight end had a
Big
nice
fella
catch
looks good.
Banks and O'Loughlin both had a pretty good game.
I thought the Kansas State game was a turning point for us. I know we didn't beat Texas, but when you consider all things that went into that game and how good their offense was and how we were able to completely take them out of their game and make them play our style, I think yesterday was another game where we made TCU play the way we wanted to play.
Well, yeah, I mean, and again, our anchor of this team is this defense, and again, this defense disrupted a big running quarterback.
Yeah,
That I mean, Fields was on him. They looked at Fields and said, "You've got one job. That's Duggan, whatever his name is." And anywhere he went, Fields was right there on him. I mean, there was a couple times that he just slid because he was like, I'm not taking this hit.
I tell you what, they moved the ball on us a little bit, but the defense responded and played really well in the red zone. And instead of getting, 14 points, they got 6.
Yep, I was 3 off.
And you just have to take your hat off. I think we have several guys on defense that are playing at a very high level. I thought the secondary was incredible yesterday. Nick Troy had 1 deflection on a deep ball. On their deep balls, they were very well defended. I know we got 1 PI, but you can live with that.
And that was on
Miller. I believe.
Miller. Yeah.
Yeah. And even that, it was kind
It was
of bang,
not.
bang.
He played that ball. He turned around and played that ball.
I agree with you. I didn't
and
like
the flag
call.
was super fucking late. No,
Right.
the flag was super late. Flag came in after the play was over. Super late. The ref watched the entire shit go down in front of him. Waited till after the play was over to throw the flag. Inexcusable call by the ref. I think if you're going to throw that, you throw it in the process of the play. You don't wait till the play's over, look at both of them, and then pull the flag.
Right.
And Miller played that ball the entire way. I think that's a bullshit flag, but whatever. Win's a win. The play of the game for me was the Bush push with the tight end coming in
How about
motion
that play?
and fucking getting Daggy in the end zone.
Yes,
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
To be to know to have that and see that yesterday, I was stunned because usually that's a spot where we struggle. And they brought that tight end in motion, and I said, "Oh shit, Bush push." Sure enough, snap, and there it goes. No
That's a great
stopping
play.
It
is a great
a wonderful
play,
play.
especially-
And then you get
Pushed him
Letty
in.
behind it. Yeah, and then you get Letty behind him. It is the Bush push, and I love it.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's not illegal.
Not
No,
now.
I
No,
was stunned to
it's-
see it ran though because
Yeah.
usually we go Letty, roll out, field goal.
And on top of that, we're going Letty in the shotgun at 6 yards deep, 5-6 yards deep, to get half yard.
Yeah, so to see
to come under center
to see
and
that the tightened up formation, and then you slide him in motion. And I looked at Chris. I said, "Holy shit, here we go, Bush push, baby." Sure enough, boom, there it is, touchdown.
I loved all the pre-snap stuff we did. Because Brown said after the game, Gary Patterson's one of the best defensive minds in college football at scheming. And I don't know, it just seemed like there were spots in situations where we were able to take advantage of them. Like we out-schemed them, it seemed like to me.
oh, absolutely.
You mentioned the Simmons jet sweep or reverse or whatever the hell that was. That worked, 3 times early in the game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that dude's a weapon. I don't know
Yeah.
what. I don't know where
Just
he's
hadn't
been.
put it together until yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know where he's been, but to see him get started yesterday and get going, man, that's solid because that dude he can be a game changer. He's very, very good, very athletic, fast as shit. He can be a game changer. So you get him going, and then you get the rest of your offense. It's just another weapon added to the arsenal. And now they're catching the ball, so you can't just stay keyed up on the run. And I mean, that deep ball's still not great, but who needs it if you can go underneath and get, yards after catch like that?
we don't need the deep ball. We just need the threat of that we can throw it. You've got Letty. and again, I mean, Sinkfield kind of quit dancing a little bit this game and was hitting some holes and was going. So
We'll see Mathis. I've
still
seen
not
enough.
sold on Sinkfield.
Yeah, I've seen enough of Sinkfield this year. He's had a couple good games, but I would like to see someone else get a shot.
well, I mean, I'm not disagreeing there.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, for once, Sink didn't tiptoe. He kind of got the handoff and took off.
I think we played 8 offensive linemen yesterday.
We did. I know
right,
Frazier and can't think of his name now. It just escaped me. But they were rotating in and out.
Get them all some PT. Figure it out.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, this year doesn't count. As in eligibility wise.
Right.
Right,
TJ
right.
and some of those cats.
How many of
can
these
come
guys
back.
do you think are going to come back?
Good question. Fields won't.
Fields won't. Darius won't.
Doesn't need to.
But, I mean, after that, I'd say it's wide open. I'd say you'd almost, I mean, if you've got a kid that's thinking he's a, 4th round pick, thinking I can come back after this season and up my status.
I'd say some of them will just want to get on with their lives too. Seriously,
Yeah.
like graduate and
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Right, because some of them don't have a future in it.
Right.
But for
Yeah.
others, there's always the thought that
Come back.
That's the only future that there is.
Well,
Is football. There's a lot of them who feel that way.
Right.
Once you get there, I mean, how many kids do you think are playing collegiate basketball who don't think the league is their next stop?
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
They all feel like it is.
I was going to say, I mean, let's be honest. You take that college scholarship thinking this is just my stepping stone to the league. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, I think kids at like fucking UC, there's a kid at UC who's thinking that, like, the league is his destination.
Right.
And, it's like, dude, you're playing at Fleming Hall at State. That's probably the most packed game you'll ever play.
even though what's his name from UC defied the odds, and
Got to the NFL.
he's playing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy who played at State. He ended up going to South Dakota, a school there, but he's playing for the Cardinals.
There you go.
So
Anyway, I tell you what, I think we have turned the corner under Brown. We're still not a great team, but I think you can see the
we
pieces.
are getting there.
Yeah, the pieces are in place. I like the brand of
There's-
football we're playing.
There's only probably 3 great teams in all of college football,
Yeah, right.
give or take. And
And then the rest is wide open.
yeah, and I mean, there's probably only 2 of them that are great every time they go out.
I'm talking strictly in the Big 12.
The Big 12's awful.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
But
we're competitive in there.
We're not that far off from being competing for the league.
Quarterback, a few offensive linemen away.
Which
Maybe another game breaker at wide receiver.
did you get to hear what Brown did to try to change the mindset of this team for this game? Made him do a contract. And the contract was to dedicate
I
the game.
dedicate this game.
Yeah.
I saw that. I didn't
and
know.
gave him, he said, he made him have a reason to play good, a reason, a little bit more of a motivation kick. And, I mean, it seemed like we put together 4 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, with all intents and purposes, it seems like 4 quarters were actually played.
Yeah, that's the best game we played since the Kansas State game.
On top of that, it was the fastest first quarter we've had all season.
Oh,
Fastest game we've had all year.
Well, that's true.
that
And
was
that's
over
under-
in 3
it's
hours.
Under, yeah, it's under just a shade over 3. And that's held 10 minutes. I was probably hanging out after to sing Country Roads. How about Patterson making his team stay and watch that?
Yeah.
Good for him.
That's 4 out of 5 against them.
Good for him. Make them stay and watch.
Well, and he's done it before. He doesn't let them leave. He makes them stop and show respect, and then he has them.
I'm not too
thank the
sure how I
fans.
feel about
Neither am
the
I.
Mountaineer fans standing there screaming shit at him and throwing the bird. It's
No.
like, dude,
But that's-
come on.
When we came into the league, I think there were a couple teams that we got off to slow starts against in terms of the series. One of them was Kansas State, and TCU was another one. And we've won 4 out of 5 against TCU, and 5 in a row against Kansas State. So this is a little bit more in line.
The last time Kansas State rocked us was when they had
what's his name at tight end?
fucking Klein Saucer or whatever.
Right.
Kleinosaurus Rex, whatever the fuck they called that guy, and they pounded us on Halloween.
Yes.
I mean, Tavon's the only touchdown we had that game. He brought that punt or that kickoff back like 98 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I normally don't leave games early, but
that's one of the worst I've ever seen.
That's one that me and my buddy Jason did leave early and go frequent a gentleman establishment.
Oh, back in the good days when those were open.
Yeah.
Fucking COVID. You want to bring your bullshit to the table real quick?
I was waiting for someone to throw that up.
My hot take?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Bring it
Tyke
up.
Smith is the best player on defense.
Wrong.
Fields.
Wrong.
Fields.
Couldn't
Wrong.
be more wrong. And I hope that however many people listen to this, I hope they get on the social media shit and they just hammer you and let you know.
Hammer me?
Yeah.
You couldn't be more wrong.
It's
you know
Fields.
he's top 5 in the country in coverage.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Throw laterally on him.
Tony Fields is a fucking ball hound. The guy's everywhere
It's
the
true.
football is.
I'm not disputing that.
Averaging double figures in tackles, most of the time solo tackles, unassisted. Beast. Spying everybody's fucking mobile quarterbacks. Just all over the place. And you're gonna text me Tyke Smith is better than him because Tyke had a red zone pick that sealed a game. I think you were just too jacked up. Maybe you had a couple.
I've felt this way for a couple games.
It's weird. I never heard that before. Just after the red zone interception and after Crumbs had a couple of 16-ounce Bud Lights in the stadium.
And after Voice of Morgantown also agreed with him.
Yeah. How'd you feel about that? That established it, didn't it?
They gave you
Lock
the
it
rubber
in.
stamp.
We need to get him on.
Yeah, well, that's a horse of a different color.
He and I can discuss why Tyke Smith is the best.
You can also
Is Tyke Smith the best defensive back in the Big 12?
You can also tell me how
Best defensive back in the Big 12?
Yeah. Tyke Smith is playing
I'd
at
probably-
an All-American level.
Number wise, I'd probably say yes.
I
Best
would
defensive back in the Big 12, yes.
I would have to look. I think Oklahoma has a pretty good lockdown.
He can play on the line like a linebacker, and he covers like a cornerback. Tell me who else is like that on our team.
Tony Fields can.
Tony Fields great against the run. I haven't really seen him do much in pass
He's
coverage.
gonna drop back in coverage.
He walks up and plays on the edge just like Smith does. You saw Tyke Smith get a red zone pick. You got excited, and then you sent that out. You texted without really thinking. You should have saved that text for the car ride home.
No, I feel that way. I felt that way for a couple weeks now.
But you never said it until he had the red zone.
If you
pick.
go back and rewind the tape, the first person I always talk about is Tyke.
I don't think so. I don't
Dude.
think so.
Anyway, it's a good problem to have because we have what 3 or 4 guys that are going to be all conference on defense.
Yeah, probably.
Has that happened since we've been in the Big 12?
I mean, I would think the Stills brothers would be lock for just
I think
you got to
Tony Fields
realize
would be
they're
locked.
getting you got to realize they're getting double and triple teamed, so their numbers may not be what they would
and they're
be.
freeing
but,
everything up
but
for
you're
Tony
getting
Fields.
you're giving them the respect of what they are and what they've done. Tony Fields is an obvious lock. If he's not a fucking all Big 12 first team guy, somebody needs to go burn the offices down.
Agreed.
And
Tyke Smith.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The entire secondary is good. I like all our corners.
I do too. I mean,
I know I bring him up every show as a die.
yes.
I mean, the kid
Can play.
Yeah.
He might be all conference too.
He gets it
He's
done.
third in the team in tackles. Did you all know that?
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
He was
There's
crunching numbers.
analytics again.
Yeah.
He's got his calculator out. Now when Zoe gets a pick in 2 weeks,
He'll be the best.
anywhere around the red zone, the greatest defender in the
That's a
country.
guy I want to talk into staying. Come on, man. One
There's
more year.
There's talk that he may.
Do it one more year against high level competition. You were at New Hampshire. Show him you can play. Do it one more year.
His cousin is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Jamal said
isn't it?
it's Jamal. I guess we've been saying it
Was
wrong
it Jamal? Jamal?
it's
I thought it was
Jamal.
Jamal.
We've been
Caree's
saying it
fucked
wrong
up
for
there.
and well
For
that's
20 years.
Yeah.
Caridi
screwing it up
Caridi
for
said
20
that, and then he found out that it was pronounced Jamal. And he looked at him and said, You never corrected me? And he was like,
No,
I'm okay.
I'm sure everybody calls him that, but it's good to know that his name is Jamal.
Yeah, well, he even said that when they interviewed him on the post game that Takey was probably going to get some crap because a quarterback chased him down.
Yeah. That's exactly what I texted you guys.
Yeah, but he said a lot of people don't understand. He said that kid is fast.
The quarterback for TCU,
Duggan.
We held him in check. I think we only had 1 sack, but he did not have a good day.
No, I mean he was averaging something like 80 yards a game.
Our offense had a good day.
Our offense did have a good day.
Special teams were a little up and down. They flipped the field a couple times pretty well. They held their returner in check.
We often cornered a couple of.
The punt roughing the kicker was not great.
The recovered muff punt.
That was great.
Pinning him on the 2.
Yeah. Very nice to be on the other end of that. It's normally
he finds the one thing, man. Centers on it.
We roughed the kicker once.
Pinned him twice, recovered a fumble.
That was a big rough, though. They got 3 points out of that.
Yeah,
because I thought I said they were going to score a touchdown here.
It was a big rough because then I would have had the score prediction. I think right on.
I don't know. All in all, it was a good day for West Virginia.
Yeah, and I think this is where you're starting to see the fan base again start getting back behind Neal, which they should have never.
I think
it's a small slither of internet fans.
I think you see that because it's so stupid, and
I think so.
It sticks out because it's so dumb to say, and I think that's why a lot of that shit with people bashing him, it stands out because it's just such a stupid fucking thing to say, and it's one of the most ridiculous things ever. And if you don't like him, go to Huntington.
Doc's got him undefeated.
They're 15th in the AP. Go. What a better time to jump and say you've been a Herd fan all your life. Go enjoy that down there. Or Houston's got a wagon that's open. If you love that guy so much.
Well, from the sound of things, even Houston fans are jumping that way.
Well, I mean, if you wanted Neal gone, then that's who you probably want back. So go to Houston, root for the fuck. Go Cougs.
I'm sure.
Go Cougs.
You notice that it's the shocker that they throw up.
I haven't really watched them all year. They're not on my radar. I don't have anything against Holgorsen. I don't get our fans that are still.
Well, the fans that don't like Neil Brown are the ones that want Rich Rod to come back.
What? Rich Rod?
That
was 2007, man. Get over it.
Yeah, his stuff's
Same thing
been
with
figured
Holgorsen.
out.
Get over it. You got a better coach.
You're anti-Neal. You're an idiot.
Pretty much.
Bottom line.
I mean, he isn't perfect. He's made some questionable calls.
Clock management probably.
Didn't have the team ready to go, in my opinion, against Texas Tech. But other than that, I mean, if you look at the direction of our program, it's
bright.
Trending in the right direction. Playing a lot of young guys. How fundamentally sound are we? Like tackling.
Very good.
And the way the defensive backs break and play the ball,
Would you say that this is probably the best defense we've had since '96, all around?
Maybe the 2007 defense. A lot of people don't remember they were like top 15, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
they were different though. They were that Castile bend but don't break.
Right.
And the offense was going to score 50 points. So
they just need to stop once.
Pretty much.
How much can you put into this year, though? Because it's just a weird year. What I mean by that is it's a weird year. Like you've played instead of opening with like Florida State and then getting the Maryland game, you've pulled a couple of suckers in who came in, got their ass kicked, took a payday, and then you catch teams not at their best because someone's out due to COVID protocol or players aren't playing due to COVID protocol. They're just going pro. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's nice to see a full game get put together, but this year's a waste year to me. Like this is like a practice year. Build on it. Figure it out.
And I agree, but I think also what you're starting to see is the first half of the season was fall camp, and now you're starting to see around K-State the continuity and everything coming together.
And what are you going to do with the playoffs? Ohio State's going to be lucky to get 8 games in.
Well,
Clemson lost to Notre Dame. Clemson and Notre Dame are going to play again. Alabama's probably going to roll through. So what do you do now? Are you going to take
Cincinnati?
No, that's not going to happen. Give me a break.
I'm just
There's starting
to be buzz.
Yeah.
Clemson, Gold Domers, Ohio State, Bama. Because
roll the tape back on that because that's what I said back in
because
August.
Clemson's going to beat the Gold Domers with Trevor Lawrence.
Sunshine.
The Golden Domers never beat Clemson if Trevor Lawrence is playing. Bottom line.
You can make that case.
And Georgia can still be in there if they beat Bama in the SEC championship.
Georgia's got 2 losses, man.
Who they lose to?
Florida and Alabama.
Oh, okay.
They're done. You're
Florida,
thinking of Florida.
right now,
Florida's
may-
got 1 loss. Florida could possibly back in
Yeah.
if they beat Alabama. I don't think they're going to beat Alabama, but we'll see.
But it's just one of those. I just think it's a weird year, and just like I don't know how. I mean, Ohio State's not going to get flocked out of it, but they're not going to play that many games, so they should therefore be healthier.
Yeah,
and more fresh than other teams who've been playing since the September startup. But it is what it is. I just think this team's starting to come together. We're looking good. It's getting better each week. That's all you can hope for. Get you a week off. Then get Oklahoma to come to the place, and hopefully we tap that ass.
well, why don't we take a break and come back, talk a little bit more sports?
I got to talk to you about your hunting trip.
Okay.
I saw some pictures that make me suspect that you're possibly not a hunter at all. It's kind of gross.
Okay, we'll talk.
We'll be right back after this word.
Son of a bitch! Boogie's Driving Range and Barbecue. A natural grass driving range located in Tornado, West Virginia, beside Big Bend Golf Course. Open 7 days a week with golf ball dispenser. Boogie's offers a great barbecue menu with delicious items right off the wood fire grill, fresh every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We also have a newly remodeled clubhouse with bar and a large patio to enjoy the peaceful mountain air. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. Boogie's Driving Range and Barbecue.
Hey, this is Major Harris with Drinking Beers and Talking Ears on Section 304 Podcast.
The way I'm swinging today, nothing bugs me except insufficient applause. Now, give me the lumber.
I think you want to hit the 2-iron, boss.
Said I want the big dog.
You got a tight par 5 here, man, with out of bounds on the left. I don't think you want to hit the driver. The 2-iron seems like the deal.
Well, I'm not going left of those trees or right of those trees, okay? I'm going over those trees with a little draw. Yeah. That way I get home in 2. That way I'm putting for eagle now.
You don't need an eagle to qualify. You need to practice playing it safe. No mistakes.
Qualify, I want the course record. Now give me the lumber.
Welcome back in the Section 304 Podcast, where we're drinking beers and talking ears.
Is this fucking NPR?
This is my master's voice.
Oh.
Diddy.
DJ won.
Yeah.
About
Good for
5
him.
shots.
Poor Tiger. Poor Tiger. Came out strong. Was looking good.
I don't know. I'd say strong. He was about 3 or 4 under.
He ended the day 4 under.
Today he was 3 under going into that. I believe it was the 10th.
I tell you what.
And he came off +3 to the 10th.
Yeah, I mean,
What'd you all think of it being played in November?
It's
I
the
didn't
same
like it.
weather.
Same weather.
Only difference is, actually, I think it was a little warmer in November. The only difference is the shit's not in bloom, but that course is still immaculate.
Should game day have gone to Huntington instead of Augusta?
No. Yes.
Oh,
should they have gone to Huntington? Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no need to have Lee Course. So I don't watch that, but there's
Here's
no
the
need to
thing.
have them there.
You're a football show. This is...
But ESPN's broadcasting the Masters and
I know.
sunk a shitload of money into it. And
It was
ESPN's hemorrhaging money right now.
historic event that happened in Marshall. It's a 50th year anniversary of that plane crash. There was no reason why a college football show was not at a historic event like that, sitting there at the fountain, had the perfect storyline.
Marshall's ranked too, undefeated.
Right. I mean, they've got a great season. This would have been Marshall's year to host it.
Yeah. I'm with you. I mean, I get the uniqueness of getting to do that at Augusta, but 50th anniversary of the worst tragedy in college sports history, maybe sports history, I don't know. That would have been more appropriate in my opinion, but I don't make those decisions. I get wanting to be at Augusta more than Huntington if you're on the
they
production
just put a lot
team.
of money into it.
Yeah. But I'm with you, man. They should have gone to Huntington. That
Yeah.
would have been awesome.
Yeah, they should have been in Huntington, but they put too much money into the Masters and carrying the broadcast, and they got the Masters app was on ESPN Plus where you could watch it all day long.
And then throughout the day, they had you could follow certain players
Featured
off of
groups,
Plus.
Aim
Yeah.
Corner, 15, 16, then they had the
Man, I love
broadcast
Aim
going
Corner.
live. Yeah. But they put too much money into it. But the Masters being played in November, it is what it is, man. Whole world's fucked up right now. It'll be back, where it's supposed to be next year.
Yeah, they said they're still playing April for next year.
It'll be
so.
back like it's supposed to be next year, hopefully. They get this vaccine humming, figure some shit out, make it through Christmas, get into a new year, get that inauguration done, and then we're back to business, right?
Let's hope. There was only one other Big 12 game yesterday. Baylor and Texas Tech.
And once again, Texas Tech looked like dog shit.
What do you do?
Makes our loss to them look even worse. I mean,
But to me, that's the turning point for this team so far. Like, they have gotten their shit together ever since that game. I think everyone realized how bad of a loss that was. And sometimes when you're a young team, you got to grow up. And the only way you grow up is embarrassing yourself. So,
Hand me one of those cans over there. What is that one?
this is Resin 6 Point.
What's that?
It's something out of Brooklyn, New York.
I'm a Brooklyn guy. And then speaking of, what was it you said that was they looked like dog shit again?
Yeah.
Speaking of dog shit, let's talk about your hunting prowess.
Okay. You're talking about the deer
Your
I let
fucking
walk?
crossbow.
Yeah,
What is
crossbow,
that?
bro.
What is that?
It's a Barnett Velociraptor.
Why are
Or Barrett
you
versus
not using a normal bow?
Because it's legal in Ohio to use a crossbow.
What self-respecting man hunts with a crossbow?
This self-respecting man.
I feel like you're embarrassing the sport of hunting, sitting in your tree stand with your crossbow perched, the way you had the pictures of it.
Yeah.
You probably have a laser sight on there.
No, you can't have a laser sight on a crossbow.
I'm sure you'll figure some way out to get one.
I mean, you can have like exploding
I'm
arrowheads.
sure. Well, see,
you need the...
he cheats the game.
That's like Rambo.
That is like Rainbow.
He cheats the game because to shoot a bow, that's a legitimate, like, you have to practice at that to do that.
You've
Like,
got to
you're out
practice
there-
shooting a crossbow. You can't just pick.
It's
up
like
crossbow,
shooting
bro.
a fucking gun, except you load
Roughly.
an arrow. You aim down. It's like shooting a gun. A bow a compound bow is a totally different thing. You're cheating the sport.
I've got a compound bow.
It's not what you used.
Not this time, no.
How many times have you used the compound bow lately?
Lately, I haven't used a compound bow for 2 years.
Since you bought the crossbow,
For
that's
2 years.
cheating. And he knows it's a fucking cheat code because it's like shooting a gun.
There is a trigger.
Exactly. The compound bow.
Did you kill anything?
No, I let a young 6 walk. I had a big 8 up above me, but he never came down to get the shot on. See, if I had a gun, I could have shot that 8 point. I'm still within the limit.
A bow has range. But to shoot a compound bow, there's so many other things that go into it. You have to hold all this shit steady, to fucking pull back. There's all kinds of shit.
Oh, yeah.
With a crossbow, it's like shooting a fucking gun.
Who are you, fucking Longshanks from Braveheart?
I'm letting you know,
talking about crossbows.
I'm letting you know that I was a little bit disturbed to see that our boy hunts with a fucking crossbow.
I also hunt with a shotgun because you can't hunt with a rifle in Ohio.
Well, shotgun's acceptable.
Okay.
That's what you're supposed to use to put deer down when gun season starts. A crossbow is a cheat code.
You need a Barrett 50 cal.
That may explode a fucking...
Exactly.
I don't want to ruin the meat.
Right, I don't want to ruin the meat.
The reason you hunt is to harvest the meat. I don't think he wants to go out
turned
with
into red mist.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to go out with a 50 cal, explode the deer, and then carry pieces out of it to see if it's edible. I mean, Jesus, what's wrong with you? I don't hunt, but I know a little bit about it, and I saw the crossbow, and I just needed to ask him. And I figured here would be the best platform to call him out for his fucking cheat code.
Hey.
It's not real hunting.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
It's not real hunting. Moving on to different things now. Have you guys seen who's in Morgantown?
Yeah, I have. And I think that's going to help this team out a lot.
Who?
Hello, Javon Carter. We were just talking.
Yeah. Where are you? You still crunching Tyke's numbers over there? You fuck? Yeah. You still trying to put that essay together to let me know how he's the best defensive player on the team? Is that what's happening? JC's been in town. Jawan's in town.
Yeah.
Jawan's a GA.
A lot of old school guys. Coach
yeah.
Juan. Well, I saw the thing the other day. Coach Juan was up, and he's showing them how to come off the screen and when to slip it to the big man when the big man's the most open.
Well, he was good at that.
I mean, dude.
Fran was...
Soak that shit up.
Fran was talking about us
scoreboard?
Again.
I have not.
Man, bigger than the one...
Holy shit.
Hug said it's bigger than the one at Madison Square Garden.
MSG is impressive. That's the Mecca.
Yeah.
That's the Mecca.
Yeah,
the Mecca.
Well...
Get out
it is
here.
the Mecca.
It's a Mecca
better
basketball.
fucking arena, Crumb? Name me one, please.
In terms of
arenas.
In terms of being one of the holiest places to go play basketball, like you've had all the shit. It's just
maybe
all
back
those
in
that live in there.
1970.
Wait a second, he's going to say Stansbury Hall.
Stansbury? No.
Well, let's hear what. You're a collegiate fucking basketball player.
Where would you rather
a basketball player? Period. Where else is a bigger stage to play?
Oh, bigger stage
than MSG. That's what the Mecca is, Crumb.
The Mecca has not had a pro team worth a fuck since 1994.
We're not talking about the pro team. We're just talking about.
You guys might be right about exposure. But
what would the Mecca be that hasn't had a pro team since '94? Are you talking about the Knicks being shitty since '94?
Yes.
When did the Knicks go to the finals with Spree and those cats and LJ? That was
Didn't they
not
get
94.
swept, though?
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. They went
finals as an 8
you
seed.
hang banners for Eastern Conference titles
as an 8 seed. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Spree,
no, the
Allen
best college arenas are Duke and Kansas.
Well, college arenas, but we're just
best
talking about
arena in the world. You can pick one place in the world to go fucking
play.
Hoop. Where are you going to be?
I think I'd rather play at the Staples Center. But that's just me.
We know how
I think
loves
everything about New York sports is overrated. Everything.
Yeah, but it's kind of. I mean, I'm not a Yankee.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm not a Yankee fan.
Yeah,
but as a baseball player,
New Yankee Stadium sucks a dick.
Well, I'm talking before
old
they
Yankee Stadium.
Old Yankee.
Titties. Old Yankee Stadium. There's a feel in there. You get a little. You get a little feel.
A little nostalgia.
You get a feel when you walk. You get a feel when you walk in and
you feel
the garden
babe
too. Dude, old Yankee Stadium was tough.
What do you get a feel for? Signing Marbury, Steve Francis, still paying Alan Henderson.
Crum would probably rather go play at Rucker Park. He wants to go.
I'm just kidding. No, I know what you guys are saying. I'm just trolling you a little bit.
Because I mean,
like with Tyke Smith, that's
legit.
You for admitting
that's
it.
legit.
Thank you for admitting it.
Trolls.
Yeah, I'm so glad you finally admit that.
Fake news.
I wonder who's going to have the highest grade for defense this week.
Probably Tone.
Tone, you think?
I would think so.
We'll see. We'll be out tomorrow.
Tone had 15 tackles.
We'll have to fire up the Twitter.
Alert me when it happens.
He'll at you.
Yeah.
Please. Well, at you. Yeah.
Please do.
It's I don't know. There's something. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
There's something about Fran keeps making trips up to Morgantown.
They scrimmaged yesterday.
Oh, did they? I missed that.
Yes.
How did it turn out?
He didn't say anything. He just said McNeil and Taz Sherman are shooting the ball very well.
Because
check in at 15th.
His initial, hey, I'm in Morgantown. It was, hey, I'm in Morgantown. Feel pretty good about this team. Let you know how I feel Saturday after I watch them scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't looked at what he said. I just know that they scrimmaged on Saturday, and I don't know if they brought somebody in or it was inter squad or.
I figure it's probably because of COVID inter squad.
Yeah, but
here's what he said, verbatim. Biggest difference I saw in 2 days at WVU hoops. Practice was the huge improvement of Sean McNeil and Taz Sherman in the backcourt. The confidence in shooting was sky high. 6'7" redshirt freshman Jalen Bridges, the Fairmont kid, has a chance to play a lot. He'll be a favorite.
Okay. So I mean, it's stuff we're echoing anyway.
Yeah, and someone else tweeted, it might have been him. He said that McNeil and Sherman are shooting the ball very well. McCabe is shooting the ball better. So if we're hitting outside shots, we're going to be a problem for everybody.
And then
we're going to win a national title. You didn't say it, I did.
I'm with you.
I'm on board.
There's a chance for that.
This season plays.
That's our lock.
This season plays, and it plays to completion, and they get the tournament in.
Oh, they're getting the tournament.
We're going to have a shot.
This team is going to be there.
We shot in 2010
for one shining moment.
Oh, I love that.
They're going to be there.
The team that lost to Gonzaga with JC and Jack.
What other time would anyone give the Mountaineers a national title other than a time when fucking fans can't go?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll take it though.
Do you think with new protocols they're going to change the fact that they're going to let 3,000 into Morgantown?
No. You let me into Walmart.
Well, that's true.
Shut the fuck up. You let me into Walmart. You let me into Lowe's. Shut the fuck up.
You can go to Bob Evans.
I can go up there and sit up high by myself. Get out of my fucking face. You want me to go to work? I go to work 5 days a week. Get the fuck out of my face.
I don't want to go to work. I want to lock down.
Well, you're going to work.
Hey.
Well, yeah.
So if I'm going to work and I'm allowed to go to Walmart, I'm allowed to go to Lowe's, and I'm allowed to go to all these places, then get the fuck out of my way. I'm going to watch the game.
And if you want to go to Bob Evans,
go to Bob Evans.
Go to Bob Evans.
If you can. That's the thing I don't get, man. People are all freaked out about this shit, and they want to go off the rails about it. It's like, you're still going to work, so
still go to Kroger.
Yeah. They're not stopping me from working.
Panic buying. Quit.
Yeah, you're not stopping me from going
There
to
ain't
work.
no damn toilet paper
There's
again
no
anywhere.
reason to buy toilet paper. Stop.
Right. Find you an old shirt, wipe your ass with it.
Right.
I have an entire freezer filled with nothing but loaves of bread that I've frozen, and I'll sell when the panic button really gets hit.
I've got a freezer of meat.
He's got a crossbow. He can go out and kill deer.
Hey, I could kill him off Crumb's deck.
Hey,
I got fucking turkeys, groundhogs.
There was like 7 turkeys up there. I about grabbed my gun out of the truck one day.
Pop you one.
Popped one for Thanksgiving dinner, but I didn't do it. But if there's a year that the Mountaineers would be in it, it would be a year like this where everything's all fucked up and it's all backwards and fans can't attend and we'll roll. And I think, I'm going to call it, I think we win a national title this year.
Huggins was very complimentary of Culver. Did you see that?
Of who?
Derek Culver.
Oh, yeah.
Said Culver's dominating right now.
Well,
what's the deal with O?
Nothing. Everything's good.
I'm hearing the same thing. I'm just hearing, just kind of.
He's got his own people, though.
Yeah.
He's fine. It's all good. He's going to bring it. He's going to get you a double-double
I still
every
think
night.
this team goes as far as the Dusky takes him.
Deuce in the guard.
No. Dusky.
Oh.
Emmett
Matthews?
That's my guy. If he's not a 13-8 guy every night, there will be some struggles.
There's no reason he can't be. I think
he should be a 13-8 easy. He should get that in his sleep.
He plays very well as a power forward. Have you noticed that?
I think you could play him in 4 different spots.
Yeah, he's built like a 3, but he kind of plays like a 4.
I think if you wanted to go big, you could let him handle the ball at point. I'm we're 2 weeks away from tip, and I'm past football.
Yeah.
I don't even like that shit. Being able to go up there and watch, cool. But I know exactly what we are, and like I told you guys when we started this shit this year, I was like, we're a 5 or 6 win team, and six is very big, but we're a 5 or 6 win team. That's what we're going to be. And I told you guys then when we started this, and they were letting football go, I'm much more enthused for basketball.
Oh, I agree.
I agree with you, but I tell you what.
I got an opener on my keys out there if you want to go get it. Instead of trying to pop it on that fucking plastic tub. What's wrong with you?
I was thinking
he hunts with a crossbow.
I was thinking I could get it.
No. Just remove yourself for a second and go get my key on the table.
I will after the break.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm very excited for the next 2 football games. I think we have a chance.
I think you're excited for the next football game because if they get shellacked by Oklahoma, then I think you're interested in Iowa State.
And might go down. Nah, I'm curious to see how we play against probably the 2 best quarterbacks. Maybe not the. I don't know.
I don't know. Purdy hasn't.
Pretty good.
Purdy hasn't lived up to it this year as much.
No.
They've got that Hall boy back at running back that's pretty much been running.
Their offense is good.
Yeah.
I think your interest is in the next game that we have, which is Oklahoma.
We compete with Oklahoma or beat
a night game.
Well, let's take a little break and give out some beers and then talk about that.
Give out some beers, get him to open a beer normally, and then get out of here.
Sounds good.
When your heating and cooling system needs service, turn to Francisco Heating and Air Conditioning. They've been delivering quality service in West Virginia since 1980. No matter the make or model, Francisco Heating and Cooling can make sure your unit is back in service in no time, and their work is guaranteed. Francisco Heating and Air Conditioning is fully licensed and insured and is a certified Trane dealer. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. Find them on Facebook or call 304-542-1895. Catch the Mountaineers in comfort with Francisco Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hi, this is Orlando. You're listening to Section 304 Podcast.
Say to you, the federal government and everybody is saying, go to the grocery stores. For crying out loud, go to the grocery stores. If you want to go to Bob Evans and eat, go to Bob Evans and eat.
There's a monster under my bed and at my window there's a dragon. I accepted the challenge, it turned me into a savage. I broke a promise to myself again. I don't know why I am so vulnerable. They try to help but I won't let them in. I guess rock bottom's where I'm comfortable. Both my feet planted when most people would have panicked. I embraced the storm, I found beauty in what was damaged. I'm not afraid of the boogeyman. Instead I look at him like he's a friend. There's not a monster out there in the world that's scarier than the one that's within. There's a creature.
Welcome back into Section 304 Podcast where we're drinking beers and talking eaters.
Got that beer open?
I do. I finally got it open. I appreciate
you
it.
Bottle opener?
I did use your
Good
bottle
for you.
opener.
Dogfish head?
Yeah, Dogfish Head, costumes and karaoke.
They got a lot of good beers down there at the Pallet.
They do have a good
Love
beers.
that place.
Have you been there yet?
I have not made it down there yet. I need to.
Corona times. Doesn't go out.
Hey.
Even with a face mask, he won't go out.
But Corona times, he may not go out, but he has been a frequent visitor up at Bogey's.
I was, yeah.
It's outdoors.
It is outdoors. Hey, our boy Ford is going to have some winter hours. He ain't going to shut down.
Why would you? He's got that ball machine.
Hell yeah.
Leave it open. As long as golf course is open, they'll open the door for you.
Well,
Leave it open and make that cheese.
He's going to have a bar.
Yeah.
He's keeping the smoker going.
Keeping the smoker going.
Tri-tip nachos. Them tri-tip nachos are slamming. Them ribs are good, too. He learned how to cook all that shit out in Cali, I think.
Yeah, he did. I think so.
Yeah. He was cool, my brother. He's a good dude.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Yeah, I like Ford a lot.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Good friends with my brother.
Before it gets too cold. I mean, he's got a fire pit and everything out there. We need to go see him. On top of that, since we're mentioning our sponsors, if you all need your air conditioning
More
checked.
so your heating now.
Yeah. Now, you all better check your heat because I have a feeling with this wind blowing in, it's about to start getting cold again. If it's not working, give our boy Mark Francisco a call at Francisco Heating and Cooling. Tell him we sent you, and he'll hook you up. He'll do you right. So, which I know we've gotten a lot of compliments on the new audio, and we got
that's real microphones, right?
Yeah, we upgraded.
It's real shit. Put them koozies on hold. Bought some real stuff.
That's right.
Left them T-shirts at home too. Wasn't nobody buying those. So we got real microphones, so you can actually fucking hear us. And
Clear.
it sounds good.
It does sound good.
Much clearer.
Yep. It's amazing what spending a little money on real product will do, isn't it? Change the face everything.
So I know some of y'all have asked about the shirts. It's still in the process again. In order to get the shirts, we've got to get a pre-order of 50. So those of you that sent the message, I'm going to hit y'all back up with our PayPal, the show's PayPal. And as soon as we get 50, we'll get them on the press. So,
give out some beers.
Yeah, let's give out the Pallet Bar Beer of the Week.
I just finished my last one.
I'll just crack this one open.
Now it's time!
Beer. It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
All right, Diddy, who you giving it out to?
It's obvious, isn't it?
I think it
TJ
is.
Simmons. TJ's a monster yesterday. 50-50, the sweeps. TJ looking like a beast. Fucking dog out there. They don't defense. Mine's obvious.
And we go a little something like this. Hit it.
This best player on the fucking team defensively. Where's number one? Tony Fields.
Come on.
Tone low. Guys all over the
low.
fucking place, man. This is the spot where you insert Funky Cole Medina or one of the fucking songs I'm saying this shit.
Okay.
Tone was all over the place yesterday, and I'm still not interested in the conversation with you about Tyke being the best player on the team.
We'll save that for the end of the year when Tyke's pulling in All-American honors.
You're saying Fields isn't?
All-American honors. Wow. We've only had how many All-Americans we had at the university?
Consensus All-Americans?
Bruce was one, wasn't he?
No.
Was Bruce not?
No.
Dan Moses.
Moses and Slayton.
Yeah.
God, even Tavon wasn't a consensus All-American.
I thought Bruce.
I think we've had 11.
I think he was in consideration.
You know who
but
the first
didn't get it.
All-American was? Rat Rogers.
There he is.
Always ties back, doesn't it?
Funny how it goes. Crumb, who's your beers going to?
On offense, I mean, you got to give it to Simmons. He played probably his best game as a Mountaineer. On defense, so easy. X-Relo.
Not who I thought he was going to go to.
That's not where I thought
My
he was
man
gonna go
comes
either.
in for Chandler and has 12 tackles and was all over the field the whole damn game. He's a junior, so I don't anticipate Mr. Fields coming back. But next year at linebacker, you're going to have Chandler and X-Relo, and he looked damn good yesterday. So get well, Chandler, but while you're on the mend, your position's in good hands.
Well, you really surprised me. Because I was going. I thought you were going to go with Tyke because I was going to go with Lowe.
I slow played you guys. You
So
gotta watch me.
So for defense, just because Crumb took mine, I will go Tyke Smith.
Tyke Smith, baby.
Because he did put the nail in the coffin.
He didn't slow play you. He
But-
made you say that so somebody would give it to him other than the guy who's been hyping him for
maybe so
fucking 2 days.
Grades will be out tomorrow. We'll see who grades out the
Please
highest.
send
on
me those
offense.
grades. Send me
On
those
offense,
Offense, I'm going to give it to Letty. Guy comes in, pulled groin and was just a workhorse. And I mean, watching him play, it wasn't even like he was hurt. So I'm going to give it to Letty, but I'm also going to give it to Brown and coaching staff because once again, I mean, we got 4 quarters, and I asked the beginning of the season about putting 4 quarters together, and I think it was Diddy that kind of said, 4 quarters, how about just a half? For once, we put 4 quarters together. Plagued a little bit by the hanky, but Brown had him coming out from the opening kick, ready to go. So
big crowd there yesterday too.
It was a big crowd.
What Kansas was a much bigger crowd yesterday than what Kansas had.
Which numbers wise, it wasn't.
Looked fuller.
It did. There was like a little over 11,000. But I thought it was more enthusiastic than the Kansas game.
It looked fuller.
It did look fuller. And we've only averaged. The sad part is we've only averaged like a little bit over 8.
It's kind of rough, man. You're asking people to come up and sit in their car and I get it, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
the people who are there are diehard.
Oh, absolutely.
So respect it. It is what it is. But hopefully,
got a bye week.
Hopefully, they let fans in for Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think this bye week comes at a good time for us. Oklahoma plays next week.
Well,
we got a couple banged up that
for player purposes, yes. For fan purposes, maybe not, because the way shit's trending on the map, everything's going red and high.
Yeah.
So this bye week gives you a chance to evaluate your thoughts and your processes and your procedures and say, all these people who bought Oklahoma tickets will refund you.
We're going to beat Oklahoma.
And there's not going to be anyone there.
There won't be anybody there.
National championship.
Yeah. Final Four.
It's basketball.
I honestly think we're about to beat Oklahoma. I think it's going to happen this year.
I think this defense can shut down the Peckerwood.
The Peckerwood.
I mean,
he's improving.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get him this year. But I can't wait. I can't wait for that game. I cannot wait.
I don't need to worry about that game right now because it's not next week, so I don't need to make a statement.
They have a big game.
They do have a big game.
They play Oklahoma State. That's a big one.
The rivalry.
Bedlam.
Yep.
So we'll see. Since we don't have a game, who wins that game?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm going with Oklahoma on it.
Oklahoma. Where is that, in Stillwater or Norman?
I figured they would have just moved it to Jerry World.
Well, that's in 5 weeks, whenever the season. I don't even know when the season ends.
I don't know where. Let me see if I can pull it up while we're talking about this. I
think it's in Norman.
It may be.
Don't hold me to that, though. I think they play there odd years. But what do you think? You got Oklahoma?
Yeah, I'll take Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Yost?
Yeah, I've got Oklahoma, and it's at Oklahoma.
I got Oklahoma as well. I think we get them at the perfect time. They come off a big emotional win, and the Mountaineers sneak them. So
you think it's going to be a close game?
I don't see us blowing them out.
No, not us. Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State. Yeah, it'll be a tight game. I think so. It normally is. That's normally.
Yeah, I mean, it's normally like when
Oklahoma
us
State
and Pitt. It doesn't matter how good of a team either one has or doesn't have. It's always a good game.
Mm-hmm. Especially since Gundy's been there.
The mullet. I'm going to cut my hair into a mullet.
What time is that game? A nooner?
I don't know.
I think it
is.
What
time do you think we play Oklahoma? You think that's a nooner?
I'd say it's a 3:30.
Probably 3:30.
Are you going to be there if they let fans in? Or are you going up for that one? Okay.
Oklahoma State, Oklahoma is at 7:30.
I won't be watching that. I'll be watching UFC or something else. College football is not interesting to me unless it's the Mountaineers. Bud Crawford beat the dog shit out of Kell Brook last night in boxing.
Yeah, he did.
I watched that. Saw that happen. Didn't watch those late games of college football.
I fell asleep to the Pac-12. Things are getting back to normal. Washington and Oregon State. Oregon State had the worst punt I've ever seen. There was a high snap. No, I'm sorry, it was Washington. Did you see
Washington,
that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I just saw it on the highlights. But, so since we're talking about punts, let's talk about the ECU Cincinnati punt.
I didn't see that. I heard
they were up like 36, and Luke Fickle decides to fake punt.
What came out of that?
They had a very long discussion after the game at midfield.
Trash. That is trash.
Yeah.
Was there any backstory on why they would do that?
Yeah, you want the backstory?
What?
The backstory is ECU hung it up on them last time they played So in return, this is just me. In return, he's going to hang it up on him. On top of, you've got your buzz of the playoff talk, so now you're trying to increase your margin of victories.
It's one thing to keep your starters in. It's another thing to be faking fucking punts.
Got to practice sometime.
Don't want it to happen. Stop it.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, I don't.
Is it an asshole move? Yeah. You don't want me to be an asshole? Stop it. Such is life.
Goes around, comes around.
Yeah, don't expect somebody to just take a knee or run it out or do what's right because you're getting crushed.
ECU hung it up on them last year?
I believe so.
Cincinnati was pretty good last year. Oh, well. I don't know. I don't care. Get Cincy in the playoff. Fuck it. It's a weird year.
That would add.
None of the Power 5 teams are that great.
That would really add to the weird year.
I was watching the SEC, South Carolina and Ole Miss. My God, there was that was the old Big 12. It was like 59-45. No defense being
how
played.
about the retro cam that they popped up at the stadium?
That was solid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Michigan had 1 yard in the first quarter.
Man, Michigan's done.
Toast.
Jim Harbaugh better start packing his shit.
You think he cares though?
No, he'll be in the NFL next year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
On that note,
him and Cap reunited.
Cap.
No Cap when I say Cap's going to come back to the league. Jim Harbaugh.
Harbaugh?
Yep.
You think?
No, I really don't think that. I just no. I don't.
You know what I do think though? Tyke Smith's the best defensive player on the team.
All right, we're out.
Here you have time to go.